Gardeners love to plant plants in containers, and tomatoes are becoming more and more popular just for that. So we came to see Marcia Goldberg to give us some of the secrets of how to plant tomatoes in containers and get a beautiful crop. Hi, Marcia.
Hello.
So you've got 3 tomatoes here, and you got a fairly large pot. Is this going to be good for a nice crop of tomatoes?
The bigger the pot, it's better.
Better. Okay.
Especially if it's wider, because tomato plants, the roots go out.
Oh, okay.
So what you want to do is plant as deeply as possible into one of these pots. So we're going to take here.
Now that one's sort of neat. It's got
This is one of the different foliage plants. It's called silvery fir. It's a Russian heirloom. It's a determinate plant. Now, determinate plants means they don't get very big, and 1 to 2 feet maximum.
Ah, okay.
They produce all their fruit at once, and that's the end of it. So they're ideal for containers for that reason. And what we will do here, you want to make sure you have a nice, well-established root system. I'm going to put in one of my secret ingredients.
I was going to ask you about that.
This is called oyster shell.
Okay.
You mix it in. Oyster shell is loaded with calcium. And one of the reasons that you want to make sure there's calcium for tomato plants is to avoid a terrible condition called blossom end rot.
Right. Yes.
And this is what's good about the oyster shell. When you mix it into a container, you just mix it into the planting pit, and a couple little handfuls of it, just like so. And
Here, do you want me to grab that for you?
no, this one here is just an organic-based fertilizer that's very good for tomatoes. I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit handful of that in. Really important to get that nutrition going in a container because they're limited. You're limiting the space that the roots can go and find things. Now, what we do with most plants and tomato plants is we clip off these lower leaves and we bury the plant up to where that foliage line is.
Still
just
tough
like
for
so.
most gardeners to get used to that.
It is, but I'm just showing you so that you don't feel afraid about it. And you just plant it in like so, and there's your plant. Now, most of the determinate varieties aren't very top-heavy, but once they produce fruit, they can be. So you can take a tomato cage at this stage also, and just put it in like so, and then you're set, and it'll go right down to the bottom of the pot.
Excellent. Now, you've got
And
this
there you have it.
variety. We also have these 2 varieties. Maybe you can touch on if they would work in a container and what's neat about them.
These are all determinate varieties. This one's called Sasha's Altai. It's a very rare heirloom that we've been working with for about the last 5 years. It has the most amazing tomato flavor in a small tomato I have ever experienced.
Really?
So I love sharing this one with people.
Good. And what's this one?
It's a very small plant, maximum 1 foot.
Okay.
And this one here is my pet. This is called Mishka, very good in containers also. Mishka is a plant that I've been working with for the last 10 years, and I've been selecting it. It's a paste variety. What's good about this one is its ability to make paste very, very quickly when you're boiling it down. It doesn't produce sauce; it produces paste.
Is that the one that was named after you?
That's the one. That's my pride and joy.
Perfect. Well, Marcia, I thank you very much for showing us how to grow container.
You're very welcome. And this way, anyone that has an apartment can have a tomato on their balcony.
Excellent.